Hello, gentle listeners. Welcome back to the Unseen Word. Today, I want to talk about something that's close to my heart, something that many of us struggled with, but often feel too afraid to admit it. Before revealing today's subject, I want to ask you, did you know that one of the greatest minds in history, Sir Isaac Newton, struggled with social anxiety? Yep, the guy who gave us gravity and changed the way we see the universe was often uncomfortable around people. But here's the twist. His social anxiety wasn't a roadblock. It was actually part of what fueled his incredible discoveries. When we go back to history, we find that Newton's close friends respected his need for space and understood his intense focus on his work. They didn't push him to be more social than he was comfortable with. Instead, they supported him in ways that mattered, offering him intellectual companionship, which allowed him to make his most great discoveries, like the laws of motion and the theory of gravitation. After this brief flashbacks in Newton's life, let's go back to reality. You know, social anxiety is one of those things that can make you feel so alone, like you are the only one in the world who feels like this. It's that knot in your stomach before you have to speak in front of a group of people, the racing thoughts when you are about to meet someone new, the constant worry that you're being judged. It's feeling like you have to hide who you really are because you are scared of not being accepted. I want you to think about the last time you were in a situation where you felt anxious. Maybe it was a party, or when you were about to present in a class, or even just walking into a room full of people. Do you remember that feeling? Your heart starts to race, your palms get sweaty, and suddenly you're hyper aware of every little thing you're doing. And you'll be like, oh, am I standing weird? Did I just say something stupid? It's not like it seems, but actually, these thoughts can be really overwhelming. And for many, this is the exact reality of social anxiety. Now, let me tell you a story about a girl named Sarah. Sarah is like so many of us. She's kind, she's thoughtful, and she has a great sense of humor. But when it comes to social situations, she often feels like she's walking on eggshells. There was this one time when Sarah was invited to a friend's birthday party. She really, really, really wanted to go, but the thoughts of being around so many people made her feel sick with anxiety. She kept imagining herself standing there awkwardly, not knowing what to say. You know the feeling of all eyes on me. I know that every one of you knows that feeling. But with a capital B, here's the twist of the story. Sarah decided to go to the party, just not alone. She asked her best friend, someone who knows her inside and out, to come with her. This friend didn't push her to just get over it or tell her, that's silly, stop it. Instead, they stayed by her side, giving her the shoulders missing. And you know what? That night went incredible. Sarah had fun. Okay. She still felt anxious, but it was under control. You know why? Because simply she wasn't alone. She didn't have to pretend to be someone she wasn't. She could just be herself, and that was enough for her. I think we've all had moments where we felt like Sarah. Moments where our anxiety felt too big to handle. Maybe it was at a job interview where the pressure to impress made you feel like you couldn't breathe. Or maybe it was just meeting someone new for the first time. where you felt like every single word you said was being inspected. These moments are tough, guys, but they don't have to define us, and they don't have to be something we face alone. We live in a world that's always telling us to be more confident, overcome your fears, just get over it. But the truth is, it's not that simple, and that's okay. It's okay to skip a friend's meeting just because you don't feel ready for it. Or it's okay to go home at the middle of a party just because your social battery is dead. Or it's okay to have some days off because you've been a great warrior facing all those people every day. And it's okay to have a small, comfy friend circle where you feel happy just as you are. A friends that share your ideas and your vibes. Because it's not about the huge amount of friends, it's about the quality. And what matters the most is to be surrounded by people that you feel like it's okay to be anxious. It's okay to have social anxiety, who remind you that you are not alone. And in Sarah's case, it's okay to go home and not partying with them. Just if you feel the need of going home, or just if you feel not ready to face people. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's part of who you are. So if you are listening and it's the case for you, I want you to know that you are not alone. There are people out there who will accept you just as you are. And when you find them, I want you to hold on to them. Maybe for you, it's that one only friend who knows your ups and downs, knows the right things to say, or that family member who never judges you, or even your small friend circle. These are your safe spaces, where your anxiety becomes just a part of who you are, not a problem, just one piece of much larger and beautiful puzzle. That remind me, there are these moments when I'm out with friends, enjoying the conversation, laughing at jokes, and everything seems perfect. But then, without warning, I feel this wave of exhaustion washing over me. It's not physical tiredness, but a kind of social fatigue. The kind where your mind feels heavy and every word you hear feels like it's draining the last bits of energy you have left. And that's exactly when I make the decision. I politely excuse myself, saying I need to head home early. And of course, my friends always respond with the same puzzled looks. Already? It's still early. What are you going to do alone? It's hard to explain in that moment that it's not about them. It's not about being boring. It's about finding peace in my own way. You see, the quiet of my own space is where I truly recharge. There's something magical about walking through my front door, leaving the noise of the world behind. I might pick up a book that's been waiting for me, its pages offering an escape into a different world. Or I might just curl up on the couch and lose myself in a series where I don't have to say anything, just listen and watch. And then there are those moments when I'll simply sit by the window, headphones on, music playing softly. I look up at the sky and suddenly everything feels right. The stars, the moon, even the clouds. They're like old friends that never demand anything from me. They're just there, allowing me to be in the most peaceful way possible. It's in those moments that I find my balance. It's not that I don't enjoy being around people. I do. But I also need time to reconnect with myself. So when I leave a conversation halfway, it's not because I'm uninterested or don't care about my friends. It's because I'm honoring that part of myself that needs space, quiet, and time to recharge. And that, to me, is just as important as the laughter and joy that I share with others. I think we arrived to an end, and I want you just to change what community calls social anxiety and let's call it introspective strength because it's not that much negative. So thank you guys for being here with me today, for being part of this journey. If this episode touched your heart, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And I'd really appreciate it if you could take a moment to like, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Your support means the world to me, and it helps others discover these stories and insights too. And follow me if you want to stay update of what to come. So until next time, take care of yourselves and remember, you are enough just as you are. See you next time.